All right. Ain't no military secret. Y'all know what time it is. I am building a $10,000 a month AI automation agency right in front of your face, showing you the daily grind, the daily task. That's why one of my thumbnails was me on a skateboard. Okay. Because I'm grinding. 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 So we already know what's on our agenda today. A lot of Upwork, a lot of client fulfillment, a lot of tweaking of internal systems to make sure that my sales process is like phenomenal. Okay, so a lot of times, like, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go through your entire sales process. You will realize, like, damn, this shit really not like good for real, man. So I want, us to begin to, especially those sub 10,000, to really begin to operate like a business. Okay. So a lot of this is brute force getting to 10,000, just a bunch of just hard work for real. So I've been able to sign a couple contracts. So I got some new stuff in the pipeline. So I want to make sure that I stay on top of client fulfillment and client joy. I like to call it client joy because I want my clients to be seriously joyful. I realized that as I had got bogged down a little bit more in projects, I felt like my client fulfillment like had fell off, and I don't really like that at all. Okay, I take very, very much pride in the way that I deliver my systems. I take very, very much pride in the way that I deliver just work and being like a part of a team. So I want to make sure that I continue to give just the most exceptional service. I want to make sure I am just the most communicative person in the world, because at the end of the day, these people are trusting me not only with their money but with their business. Okay, so I want to make sure that, hey, you are in the right hands. I got you. Okay, and a lot of times I like to tell people like, hey, I'll stay on with you a lot longer than like the time or for the project scope that we agreed on. Like, because my main goal is to see you grow. Like, period. That's my main goal. And I just, it's like a morals thing on the low, pride thing also as well. Like, I just want to make sure that, whenever my name rings, whenever Love Shots Media ring, whenever Dream Growth Systems ring, whenever that rings, you know what you're gonna get. Okay, so today, like I said, we're gonna be doing some Upwork. I want to finish out that automation for the med spa. I got some social media content that I'm creating as well today for a new brand, and then I want to also get some editing for a video out of the way for a client of mine. Like I said, been down with me. I'm gonna be down with her, and we just gonna continue like moving forward, really, bro, and just building this day by day by day by day. All right, let's get into it. Grinding. We got Mother's Day coming up, man. Shout out to all the mothers. Make sure that you tell your mother you love her, man. You only get one of them every life. Okay? Tell her that you love her. For real. They're very strong out here. Very, very strong. Especially put up my voice. All right. So I like to do like batches of work blocks. I like to do 2 to 3 hours of batch work. So I'm gonna be doing this for 2 to 3 hours. I'll be doing finishing up the system 2 to 3 hours, social media 2 to 3 hours, video 2 to 3 hours, stuff like that. And it's really true. Like, the more you do something, bro, like the more efficient you're gonna get at it. All right. No matter how like slow you think your progress is, you are still progressing every time you do something. Like, neurons in your brain, what is that? Elasticity is just strengthening. like it is connecting, bro. No cap. That's just how it is. And it's just like you have to be okay doing shit for a long time and not seeing no results physically. Okay, and just understanding outside of the physical and knowing that these things are coming. As long as I continue to do it, continue to think, continue to manifest them. There's a difference between belief and faith. Okay, so you can believe in anything, but do you actually have faith in it? Because faith is what begets action. Okay, and that's what really manifests stuff. When you go to action, when you go to feeling, attaching your feeling to whatever the extreme outcome is. I gotta get better computer, man. One that can handle like me recording, doing this heavy work. If anyone has like a suggestion for a god of a machine that can do that, let me know. Thinking I might gotta go to iMac way. Make sure we are breathing, you guys. Take it one step at a time. Tools My name is Cameron, and I am your all in one go to market engineer outbound specialist. So I have helped numerous brands, businesses, as well as startups be able to really scale their entire outreach by building these highly effective and intelligent personalized cold email campaigns at scale. I see you're in the marketplace for someone with my exact skill set. I want to let you know that you are in the right place. Okay. I got the skills to pay the bills. Let's get right into it. Let's get into my instantly. So this is not a junior role, great, because I am a senior. You want to stand out, build Clay workflows for lead sourcing, enrichment, and list segmentation. So when it comes to using Clay to for the lead sourcing, to be all the way completely honest with you, for those of us that are really in the outbound space and really been doing this for a while, Clay's lead sourcing is not good still, or is not as good as Apollo. It's getting good, it's getting better, but still everyone builds their leads from Apollo and then brings them into Clay to then enrich. Okay. So I would definitely recommend that we just use Apollo, to be honest with you. I use Apollo every day. I use Apify every day. Let's go ahead and get into these so you can really see and get into the nooks and crannies of the system. It's an absolutely phenomenal system. I built it straight for cold email specifically. I actually have a strategy right now. It's called the asset-based strategy. Absolutely killer. Okay, cold emails are getting highly competitive right now. Everyone is doing cold emails or looking for someone that can do cold emails. Number one, it's cost effective, and it's one of the best ways to generate leads. However, the scale in which it takes to actually generate those leads is high. Okay, you got to send a lot of emails. I send about 3,000 to 5,000 a day. I'm actually managing an account from a guy right here. We got a smart lead campaign going on right now. I'm actually doing a bunch of sprint tests for the campaigns just to figure out what's going on. So what I try to explain to him and what I try to explain to, most entrepreneurs and business owners is that, hey, if my reply rate, my open rate is always going to be high. Okay, as you can see, this is 47, 48%, damn near 50%. Now, if you want to understand cold emails just by looking at the statistics, what is this telling you? Okay, open rates is phenomenal. But the reply rate, what's going on with the reply rate? We got a good reply, but what's going on with the reply rate? Because we're looking for anywhere from 2 to 4% reply rate for sure. What's going on? If ever you have a great open rate, but a bad reply rate, that means your offer is terrible. So I try to explain to this guy, like, yo, you have to let me fix your offer. In order to stand out in cold traffic. These are people that have never heard of you, really, to be honest with you, don't care to spend money with you at all. You have to try to stand out, but you have to structure your offer for cold audiences. Now, I'm going to complete this last campaign because he is very adamant. Oh, so we're going to complete this last campaign. It's going to play out exactly how it plays out, like exactly how I tell him it's going to play out. We're not going to get the super reply rate that I'm used to, but we're going to do it, and then we're going to start implementing my actual strategies and my offer structures. Okay. But in the beginning, I always like to do sprint tests because we're actually going to do 1 million emails per month from this account alone. Okay, so we got our own infrastructure and everything. So that's definitely big news right there. So what I do is I scrape Apollo, or I filter Apollo first and foremost. After I filter Apollo, then I scrape Apollo with Apify, because using Apollo's like export credits is absolutely ridiculous. That stuff costs a lot of money, and I'm not rich just yet. Okay. Hopefully with you, I could possibly, get there, or, inch my way there for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely not there yet. So I use Apify to actually scrape the leads from Apollo. Now, when it comes to Clay, a lot of people use Clay, like I said, to enrich the data. But when you have like automation background like I do, like I literally build these automations myself, you don't really need Clay. You can just use the large language models that we have. You can either use Perplexity if you want to go from like a really, really data heavy and real time aspect, or you can just use Claude, like to really create the copy. So what happens is I get the list from Apollo, I scrape it with Apify. That's what triggers this automation. If the email is not available in the record, then it goes right here to any mail finder, which just pretty much seeks out the decision makers of the companies in which we are targeting. And you can use any mail finder. You can use Hunter. It's obviously more platforms or softwares to use to seek out the decision maker's email. Once I get the decision maker's email, I then put it through mails.so to validate the email, because no matter how many times people like to say that their information or their emails are valid, lo and behold, is usually not. So we always want to just, take the extra step, spend like a couple more pennies to validate the emails. Now, because you're SaaS, I'm probably going to like lean on Crunchbase for an Ocean.io for a lot of our let's say our list building and stuff like that, depending on exactly what we are doing with the SaaS or what type of SaaS you have. So after that, then I gather all that information and I shoot it to this AI agent here. And this is literally what like most Clay people do. Okay. So where I can just build it here and make, most people have to go to Clay, spend all that money in Clay. I can just do it here for pennies on a dollar. And what happens here with this HTTP request is I extract the business name. Once I extract the business name, I then come here to normalize the business name, because you don't want to show up in someone's email like, hey, Cameron at loveshotsmedia.com. I see you're still crushing it with cold emails. It's just like no one speaks like that. You want to personalize the email as much as possible. Okay, so you don't want to end up putting their business name attached to their email. Like you just want to make sure you don't want to have the LLC attached to it. It's just so much nuances that you want to make sure that you are covering your bases. After that, I actually use Claude to create the email copy. Now, depending on the way that we prompt Claude, will depend on the actual personalization or the enrichment of the data in which we get from Apollo. Okay, so this is what I mean by Clay isn't necessary once if you like have an automation background. So I like to use language that resonates with whatever target market that we're targeting. So I'm going to tell Claude, hey, talk like these people. If we're targeting construction workers, talk like construction workers. Talk like managers. If we're targeting like whoever it is, talk like these people in your first line. After you give them the acknowledgement, I'll scrape their website, their LinkedIn profile, whatever, to be able to like glean some type of insights and be able to really personalize the email and then get right into the offer. And then I automatically populate my instantly. Here's my instantly. As you can see, here's my health score for all of my emails. Like I said, my name is Cameron. I literally do this for myself. I send 3,000 to 5,000 emails per day. Like I said, I don't have any active campaigns right now. I'm going to actually execute on Wednesday, but that's after I get all of my assets together for this next campaign. When I tell you, this is a game changer. But as you can see, I got many, many emails. Okay, many, many emails. So my name is Cameron. I would literally love to do this. Okay. I love cold emails. I love being able to really like take control of the outbound cold email aspect of businesses. And I also like to, position myself as a growth partner, Jules, within like businesses, because I don't really like to be just the automation guy. I do like to get in and be like, okay, how can we possibly maybe implement other automations to be able to really like scale and streamline processes and really grow this thing. Now, let me be completely transparent. I'm trying to help you grow, Jules, so I can ask you for some more money. Okay. But I can't ask you for no more money if I'm not helping you grow. So that is definitely, aligning of incentives, if I have to say. So if this is something that possibly interests you, then I would love to hear back from you. And, I'll be here. All right. Bye. Oh, man, oh my God. Hey, and this is my time. Um, my wife, yeah, she's so fine. Um, I love her like my wife. Hey, hey, hey. Feeling that AI automation, please me see. Why would you get with me? Cause I don't play for free. Hey, my nigga, I play for keeps. Oh, y'all see my boy? Definitely, definitely love Cole, you know. Probably call me. I gotta get my LinkedIn outreach. I just want to build for the community today. What's going on? Trying to get 5 right now. 5 later. We got 10 quota. And get 10 right now off the rip. If we can find 10. That sounds pretty cool. Conduct patient intake questionnaires. Once I get that, I can feed that directly into C to be able to provide personalized recommendations in a PDF, create a PDF, calculate calorie needs or deficiencies, or not deficiency, but where you need to cut back on calories. That add my rag, GPT, Lane Chan. Good morning. My name is Cameron, and I am your all in one Go High Level expert. So I have helped numerous brands, brokerages, like real estate agents really scale their entire outreach and build highly effective CRM build outs through Go High Level specifically. So I see you're in the not the real estate, sorry. I see you're in the market for someone with my exact skill set. So I want to let you know you're in the right place, okay? Because I got the skills to pay the bills. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Custom pipeline tailored for wholesaling. So here is actually my Go High Level account. So I'm gonna do a little quick This is where we would do the pipelines and the opportunities tab. Go to pipelines, create new pipeline. It's good that you actually have the pipeline in there. So new lead contacted, qualified, new lead. We'll call this wholesale process. We got new lead, at a stage. Short-term memory is a little shot. Sorry. New lead contacted, qualified, contacted, qualified, follow up. I think was the next one. So that's how I'll do the custom pipeline. After we do that, auto tagging leads by source. So depending on where the source of the lead is coming from, I don't know exactly how you generate your leads. I don't know if that's paid ads. I don't know if that's cold emails. However you generate your leads, then we'll just create the tags in here for that. Sorry. We'll just create the tags, settings, tags right here. Create the tags, and then I'll use that to like trigger the automation. Sometimes I like to do just depending on how we exactly do the workflow. I might actually start the automation by pipeline stage change. So if they once they come in as new lead, automatically they're either contacted via AI voice or they're contacted with an email, text message through their conversational AI, which is very, very good. It's not like, let's say, the best, to be honest with you. They're conversational AI, but they did just implement the knowledge base, which is very, very good when it comes to having, the exact amount of information to be able to, converse intelligently through text message or the chat widget or emails, whatever it is. So that is very good, but still not as good as implementing other platforms like Make and then Chat GPT, obviously, to have like super dynamic conversations. Trigger text message, email, and voicemail sequences depending on status. Okay, so that's definitely something that I can do, and we'll trigger a workflow in here. I got so many workflows, it's ridiculous. So we'll create a workflow. I always start from scratch, kind of souped up a little piece. Depending on, it's either it can be call status. I know I got one CRM build out that I'm doing right now where whenever the conversational AI or the voice AI would then go high level ends the call, then it's automatically triggered through here. Call status, busy, cancel, completed. Whenever it's completed, then I automatically assign it to a user, first and foremost. Assign it to whoever it is we're assigning it to, or who's ever in charge of this stage in the pipeline. Save that. And then create an opportunity right here, sales pipeline, or we'll just do the wholesale just to keep it like that. And then we'll do new lead or contacted, however it is, or qualified, whatever it is. And then we'll begin the automation there. Smart drips for short, mid, and long-term follow-up. Okay, nice. So we would obviously have different campaigns for different stages of the lead. Auto engage leads via AI text bot to qualify and book calls. Okay, perfect. And then we can book them directly on your calendar through Go High Level. We can use Calendly or Google Calendar. I like Google Calendar, to be honest with you. Basic AI logic to respond to inbound texts, qualify leads, and notify me when someone is hot. Okay, so the notification, that's just internal notification. So we can do both. We can both do, I'll send you an email, hey, notifying you of what's going on. And then I'll also send you a text message directly to your phone or whoever's phone, maybe your salesperson or whatever it is. I'll send you a text message directly to your phone with all of the information from the contact. You get it right here. Contact information, maybe the conversation that's already had with the conversational AI. However we want to, finesse it, we can finesse it right there. Web form or call in lead intake, we could definitely do that. We can honestly do that with the voice AI system if you want to do inbound calls. once we prompt it like correctly, it could really like take on, very, let's say like 70, 75% of most calls. Now, if you're looking for something that's like going to sit on the phone and have like real deal conversations, then we're going to have to implement like Vappy, Twilio, Make, and then funnel it to Go High Level, which I'm definitely within the scope of my skill set for sure. So my name is Cameron. I would love to be a part of this project. I do this for real estate agents for sure, for brokerages for sure. Um, I just really enjoy like the real estate niche. You know, it's a bunch of hustlers over there, and I consider myself to be a hustler. So, in order to survive in the real estate business, you got to be some sort of a hustler. So I feel like our energies align mostly when I get with those within the real estate that are performing at a high level for sure. So if this sounds like something that would interest you, then I would love to hear back from you. All right, bye. Web widgets. I like this guy, whoever this is. I might apply to this one right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna try to land that one for sure. I mean, I'm gonna try to land all of them, but a girl with me today. So watch.
No, it's not that I didn't want to. You went down there. I ain't wait. You didn't wait. You wanted to get it when you wanted to get it, so you went down there and made it. You didn't wait. I was gonna go down. I'm finna go downstairs and wait. Complaining. Whew.
Good morning. My name is Cameron, and I am your all in one cold email outreach specialist. So, I have helped numerous brands, businesses, and startups really scale their entire outreach by building these highly personalized and highly effective cold email campaigns at scale. So, I see you're in the marketplace with someone with my exact skill set. And I want to let you know that you are in the right place because I got the skills to pay the bills. So I see you're already using Clay and Instantly, which is absolutely phenomenal. Let's go ahead and get into my Instantly account. I'm actually going to show you this AI agent that I developed for cold email specifically. I literally do cold emails for a living. I really do enjoy um, creating and engineering cold email campaigns. It's really fun to me to really figure out, okay, what ICP are we targeting? So once we figure out what ICP we're targeting, what is the marketplace for this ICP right now? What's going on within their industry? Even macroeconomics as well as microeconomics to figure out what message will resonate with them the most, because that is what's most important. As we know, cold emails are getting ridiculously competitive now. Okay, now we got AI out here and people are able to, like, generate pretty personalized emails. How can we cut through the noise? How can we make sure that we are actually creating campaigns and strategies that are really like resonating with the audience? I got the strategy right now. It's called the asset based strategy. I got it from one of my mentors. It is amazing. Okay, great, phenomenal. Okay, so here's my instantly. As you can see, my health scores are absolutely phenomenal. I send anywhere from 3 to 5,000 emails per day, depending on the campaign in which I'm doing. So right now, I don't have any actual active campaigns, only because I'm like in the works of implementing that asset based cold email strategy. But other than that, I definitely get over 40% open rates. My reply rates, range between 1 to 4%, depending on the ICP, depending on the market, all of that definitely plays into, the performance of the campaigns. But let me go ahead and show you this and the reason why I'm able to actually generate these highly personalized email copies at scale. So where a lot of people use Clay to be able to, let's say, enrich their data, you can literally just use OpenAI. As long as you're able to have like access to whatever information you need from them, the particular client. So what I do is I scrape Apollo. So out of all the data furnishers, everyone uses Apollo as the base of their data. Okay, Clay still does not compare to Apollo's data. Yes, Clay has better enrichment features for sure, but the data still comes from, or the records and the emails and stuff still come from Apollo, and then people may use Clay as an enrichment tool. So what I do here is, once I scrape Apollo, I filter my list in Apollo, then I scrape it with Apify, pretty much just a marketplace of scrapers. If an email is present or not present within the record depends on the route it goes down. If it's not, then I automatically put the record through any mail finder, which seeks out the decision maker's email. You can use any mail finder. You can use Hunter. You can use, whatever software you choose to use. After that, then I validate the email with mails.so, because no matter how many times people like to say that their emails are verified, lo and behold, I've taken information straight from Clay, straight from Apollo, and ended up with a ridiculous bounce rate. So you want to just spend just a little extra money. It's really pennies. It's like you get 10,000 emails, I think, with mails.so for like $50 to just make sure and verify that the email is, deliverable. After that, I just shoot the information to another scenario within Make, which is this. So what this agent does is, so this is the Clay like base foundational personalization that everyone doing cold email, like, if you're not doing this, then I can't consider you to be a professional. So what this does is, it first extracts the business name from the email. So my name is Cameron. My company is Love Shots Media. I'm a solopreneur. So naturally, my email is Cameron@loveshotsmedia.com. Obviously, you would not like imagine how many emails I get that sound something like this. Hey, Cameron@loveshotsmedia.com. I see you're still crushing it with cold emails. And it's just no one speaks like that. We don't want to be like sending out thousands and thousands of emails and they're not like personalized in that way. We want to make sure that, when people open our email, it should seem, what I try to do is I try to make it seem like it's coming from like a cousin or like a long time friend. Like this is so personalized that, that this has to be coming from somebody that knows me, because that obviously, increases the reply rate. After that, I just normalize the business name with OpenAI just to remove the ink, the LLC, and stuff like that. And then I use Claude to actually create the email copy, because of all the large language models, Claude has the most personality to me. I just feel like it gets humans more than everything else. Now, depending on the record, okay, so I can scrape LinkedIn, their website, whatever it is, and I can tell Claude, like, hey, I want you to tell me like the achievements, or use a first line and speak about, like the softwares that they may use, or whatever it is we want to like however we want to enrich the data. We can just use Claude to do that and then automatically import it into Instantly. So I'm not saying there's no need for Clay, because Clay is still good, but in all actuality, in practice, it's not super necessary to use Clay to get phenomenal results. Like, it's just not. So my name is Cameron. I would love to be a part of, this project. I really do love cold emails. I really would love to implement the asset-based strategy within your systems and show you exactly how powerful it is to really lead with value, because that's what you have to do now with cold emails. Number one, if your open rate is awesome, but your reply rate is trash, that means that your offer is trash. And a lot of people don't understand how to literally configure a cold audience offer, because it's completely different. It must be structured completely different than obviously targeting warm audiences. So if this sounds like something that would interest you, I would love to hear back from you. Like I said, my name's Cameron. I'm a great team player. Always keep the energy high. And like I said, I would just love to, try to help you grow. So I'll be looking forward to your response. All right, bye. You ain't gotta keep looking at Miss Rachel too. I'm doing some cool stuff over here. She not cool. Alright. But this little girl would not go to sleep last night, what? And kept waking up. You got real last night, bro. I'm talking about real. Sorry. She got to be in the most optimal position to see the TV. What's wrong with these designer TVs, bro? and really clean up that remove tag. I got a bunch of remove tags, remove workflows, but since I turned the bot off, oh wait, I just got the bot on. Good morning, Mike. My name is Cameron, and I am your all in one social media content management expert. So, I have helped numerous brands, businesses, startups really like scale their entire outreach and build a complete online presence by doing highly effective social media campaigns. So, I see you are in the marketplace for someone with my exact skill set. And I want to let you know that you are in the right place because I got the skills to pay the bills. So let's get right into it. Edit short form videos. Let's go here to my CapCut. I use CapCut Pro. Design high quality graphics and thumbnails. That'll be in my Canva. Help plan and organize content. That'll be in Notion. I use Notion for that. I also use Metricool for I use Metricool for the let's say the scheduling. YouTube content planning, scripting. I usually use either, it depends on if it's educational or not. If it's educational, I like to use Perplexity. Other than that, we're pretty much going to be doing, I like to use Google's AI Studio. Sometimes I use ChatGPT as well if I want to make you like a social media assistant on the back end. I'll show you that as well. Strong captions help brainstorm. Another thing I use, as you can see, is vidIQ. I definitely use vidIQ. That's absolutely necessary. I also build the automations through. Oh, here we go right here. Okay, nice. Excellent. So here is my CapCut. Don't know why it's telling me to join Pro because I am on Pro. I have scripted edited, posted countless videos. I had to delete, obviously like 200-300 videos to try to keep my the space on my computer. But here are some of the videos that I've actually done myself. Let's see if it'll come up in here. If not, then I would have to just show you in my files. Hopefully it does. Computer might be going a little slow. It's okay. Hopefully working with you, be able to afford another one. Okay, nice. So it gave me somewhat some stuff. I think these may be my burn. So what I have her doing here is I literally script out entire video, short form, long form. What I have her doing here is I have her playing two different characters on one screen. So this is a bookkeeping client, and she wanted to increase her online presence, social media presence, and stuff like that. Start trying to, obviously book meetings and more clients with content. I always like to explain to people that content is the longest time frame it takes to actually acquire customers, but it is the most stickiest. Okay, because once someone gets within your brand, they start to get familiar with it. They start to fall in love with it, especially as we begin to consistently stay consistent with the content. But I have her playing two different characters right here. One is the busy business owner, and then one as the brilliant bookkeeper. And what happens is we just go over just, some of the most common mistakes or common questions most busy business owners have when it's time for, bookkeeping and stuff like that. Got a little lag on here. I apologize. A little lag. Let's not do that. Got a little lag on there. A little lag on there. I got the Loom video going on. That's going on. So, okay. So I definitely do edit short form videos for sure with captions, hooks, and viral potential. So I have a complete like formula in how to, do the visual hooks, the actual text and line hooks, scripting and stuff like that. And it all goes on exactly what is going viral at this time, the type of hooks that are used at this time, and stuff like that. So high quality graphics. Let's go through my Canva. A little slow. I apologize for that. Didn't really want to draw out the Loom video, but I like to really show rather than tell. So here are some recent designs I have. I was creating some carousels. That's mostly what the main thing that I like to do are carousels. Here's a YouTube thumbnail that I created for myself. Another YouTube thumbnail I created for myself. I actually use Replicate to create these highly like pretty, you can see, really good AI uh, uh, photos of myself. But like I said, I use Canva for the carousels. I usually like to put a little music in the background as well. Notion is where I like to do my project management for these. Let me go to here. I'll show you exactly how I do that. So what I do is after I get done scripting out everything and getting like the entire content together for the month, or I'd like to do either weekly or bi-weekly. And then I post them in here. I post them in here into the idea tab. So we'll have all the ideas here. You'll be able to come in and check them. Like, okay, yes or no. I'll explain kind of like how I want you to have the camera and stuff like that. after you approve it, then we'll go right into editing. Like you'll drag it to editing, or I'll drag it to editing, depending on, like, you could just leave a comment over here in a comment section, and you'd be like, yes, approve, and then I'll drag it, or you can drag it to editing. Then I'll begin to edit and get it working and stuff like that. And then after that, then I'll put it into the scheduled. And then after it's scheduled or after it's published, then I just move it to published right here. So here is Metricool. And this is what I use to for my planning and posting. Now for that client, she wants me to use Planable, so I use Planable for her. But I recommend Metricool. I like Metricool the best. So because you're actually able to post like from the stories on Metricool. Okay, nice. So I got to start on Thursday and Friday. And this is what I use for posting. Right, strong captions, help brainstorm, engaging content. I would definitely love to do that. So my name is Cameron. I would love to really be a part of this project. Like, this is really like my expertise, and I love just being creative and trying to come up with ways to really like get eyeballs to the brand and really, but still stay on brand. Let's say like the brand tone and the brand image, making sure that we still stay on brand image for sure. I handle everything from, like I said, from scripting to the ManyChat automations. I don't know if it'll let me bring up ManyChat from this, because sometimes ManyChat, because I have like this automatic, I won't even try to do it right now, but I do ManyChat automations for sure. I'll try to sign in with Google instead. Let's see if it lets me. If not, I would have to go all the way to another browser. I don't want to do all that right now. Will it let me? It probably won't. Yeah. They always want you to sign in with Facebook on ManyChat. But I do develop highly intelligent like ManyChat automations to funnel people either to like your CRM to then like execute or trigger automation where we follow up. Like, it's just, it can get really, really intricate. So I would love to be a part of this project. Didn't mean to draw it out this long, but I do like to show rather than tell. If this is something that sounds, like something that you would like, then just let me know. All right, bye. Oh, I got a little good tone right now. I like that. I like the way she loving me. I like the way she. I like the way she. Yeah. Every day I wake up, your love is what I go for. And I'm trying to get you. I don't want to hope for. I don't want to hope for a future without you. Yeah, because that's what I don't want to do. I want to be with you forever. Forever, girl. Forever, forever. Forever, girl. Forever, yeah. Whatever happened to loving your boo and nobody ain't keeping it true? What did we do to prove to you that my love is all that you need in this lifetime? Oh, yeah. Automation getting on my nerves, but I don't care because I got AI and I can prompt engineer anything to get over the curve, get over these curves, all in my business. I'm just trying to get it. I don't even know witness. Never been no witness on the stand. I ain't talking to police. Man, I'm trying to get this beat. I'm trying to get this heat. I'm trying to. Remember, I used to smoke a lot of weed. Now I don't. Because I'm trying to stay focused. Every time I'm trying to come through, the hocus pocus. Oh. Yeah. Trying to come through, no hocus pocus, no flowers. The flowers is the truest. Get my large finger. I am attempting to get my large finger model to. morning, Damon. My name is Cameron, and I am your all in one social media expert. So I have helped numerous brands, businesses, even startups really like increase their online presence by building these highly effective social media campaigns. So I see that you are in the marketplace for someone with my exact skill set, and I want to let you know that I got the skills to pay the bills. Let me tell you how confident I am in my abilities to do this, that instead of doing that 300, you can give me $150. Okay? So because I'm looking at the long term, because I just built a complete like booking agent, appointment booking agent with the Zenoti back end for like this guy. He got like 50 med spas across the country, and like I'm really like into it with med spas right now. I'm really feeling good about med spas, so I'll do it for 150. So let's go ahead and go through what the project involves. Okay, update bios in the link in bio tools. Okay, cool. We can definitely do that. I'm not gonna lie, link in bio, Damon, is a little bit outdated. Now we do mini chat automations where every piece of content is a CTA where it tells people, okay, hey, comment, let's say comment BBL to receive whatever it is. And what happens is automation will fire off, and then we'll like capture a bunch of their data, whether it's their first name, last name, email, phone number, and then we'll be able to then sequence them with content or nurture them with other stuff after that, and be able to really get them within our let's say our I like to call it web. We catch them in our web, and then we begin to like nurture them and really get, it really increases the conversion rate. So we'll definitely do the pin posts, that's for sure. And then when we do the pin posts, we want to make sure that those pin posts are really like telling people, hey, this is who we are, this is who we serve, this is how good we serve them. Okay. And what also attracted me to this job detail was that you guys already have all the creatives already. Like, you know what? Just give me 150. I'll show you exactly what I can do. If you already have the creatives already, now I can definitely be able to, put something together for you. So, let's go ahead and get into. So this is called Metricool right here, and Metricool is what I use to be able to like actually plan out the content. And what's so good about Metricool is we're able to actually not only get the analytics, but it gives you the best times. I like to show the percentage though. It gives the best times according to your platform, and your brand. What's the best times to post? Okay, so yes, posting at specific times is important, but it's not a say all. Okay, obviously we don't want to be posting at 1 o'clock in the morning, but we want to make sure that we're optimizing our posting for sure. Okay, let's continue here. Pre-made templates, you can't beat that, bro. You can't beat that. So we're driving consoles for this now with I just found out what all this stuff is. It's funny. I had no idea what a hydrofacial was. Like it's really crazy. Okay, create targeted videos for each procedure using existing testimonials. This is what is going to set us apart. The testimonials, the reviews, the images, like it's a win-win. Like there's no way for this not to work for the simple fact that we have the testimonials, you already have the reviews, and if we can do like before and after image, oh man, I'm excited. Like I'm really excited. So I use Go High Level for everything, like literally for everything. So we can definitely be able to funnel our leads into Go High Level and then begin automations in there. We can like really like hand off different depending on how the intent of the lead is. We can use Go High Level. Ad role retargeting ads for both brands using custom creative and audience segment. Okay, nice. Align creative with funnel. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too familiar with that. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Ad role. Are you just saying like that's the strategy that you're gonna roll ads out? Retargeting ads. Okay, cool. Because if that's what you mean, I can definitely do that. But if this is like a specific software, then I don't know what that is. Align creative with funnel. All posts, emails, automation must be built inside Go High Level. Okay, cool. Oh, that's crazy. It actually came up with the sub account from that dude. That was the med spa guy. Okay, so we can definitely do the social media and stuff through Go High Level for sure. So you don't even want metrical. So you would just want everything posted through Go High Level. That's smart. You can't beat this. It's gonna kill the game right there. Oh, nice. I would love to do that. So here's my CapCut. I send the scripts, and then the brand manager usually signs off on it, approves it, and then I tell them exactly how to film. Okay, if they don't actually fly me out to film for them, then I told them, what type of camera to get. They can use. They usually just have their phone. I just told them what settings to have, how to place the scenes and everything like that, and then they send the footage to me, and then I just edit it in CapCut for sure. So knowing how to build content funnels, that's for sure. We can definitely do that through Go High Level. Execute it over 4 days, no problem. We will require first week of post be created first and added to calendar in under a day. Okay, Damon, you are a speed demon, I see. All right. So my name is Cameron. I would love to be a part of this project. When I seen this, I really got excited because I really want to like get more enthralled in the med spa, plastic surgery, industry and niche. So, like that's why I said, hey, you don't have to give me 300s, give me 150. I'm looking at the long term. Once I blow your socks off with this, then obviously we can move on to a retainer based type let's say relationship, and I can really bring not only my content management strategies but also my automation strategies to the business and really show you, okay, I can really build you complete booking agents, automated. Like we bring in through ads. Once the people come in, they want to book consultations or whatever, like I can really build entire end to end booking, scheduling, meeting, consultations. So if that sounds like something that would interest you, I would love to hear back from you. I'll be here. All right. See you later, Damon. Do it right now. Always use AI to prompt AI. Okay. That's why when negotiators be going to different countries and stuff, they be having like a liaison, all right, or somebody to speak on behalf of that country. Because this, what I'm saying? You know how to talk to these folks, huh? All right? Or she know how to talk to these folks, huh? I'm not trying to talk how you talk. But you don't understand that. You got to use AI to prompt AI. So right now we are consistently getting the correct available times, which makes my country nuts and go, thank God. Finally. You talking about this shit here, boy. That shit will not fucking do it. So is result within if so equals that. Let's do it like this. Please work. Good morning, Jan. My name is Cameron, and I am your all in one AI automation, documentation, generation, and marketing workflow genius. So, I have helped numerous brands, businesses, and startups really streamline a lot of their processes by building highly effective and intelligent automations. So, I see you are in the marketplace for someone with my exact skill set And I want to let you know that I got the skills to pay the bills. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, let's go ahead and create your AI profile. Let's go to the back end. I always recommend that, as we get as we increase our skill sets with these large language models and prompt engineering, we always want to try to go to the back end for sure. Okay, why am I not already logged in? Who knows? Let's go ahead and log in here. Continue with Google for our auth. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, and we are here. So here we'll go to playground. And this is actually where we will create the assistant. Okay, so this is where I would come in and feed it information. Let's see what we got here. Provide inputs about our product, features, benefits, and competitors. So this is where I would definitely start to implement the system instructions right here, okay, for you exactly. And this can be obviously as long as we want it to be. And we would use, I liked to use for turbo or for preview. Um, but we would just, we would determine on exactly how we want to structure exactly the generations that we get from the model. Obviously from testing, then we would input or implement that exact model. Provide inputs, train the AI with relevant context so it understands what our product does. That's where that will be held at as well in the system instructions. So automate the input of product updates or feature changes into the AI. So my way of doing that, here's my make. I would just use make. I'm a make absolute guru or wizard, getting my Hogwarts on if you're a Harry Potter fan. So I would just use make to do that. So here in the assistance, we actually have the ability to not only fine tune, but store. Okay. And this is our vector store. So this is where I would put like all of the information about your business outside of the strict system instructions in which we're giving it to do. Then I would also implement, I would create us a vector store. And this is where we will hold all of the files that are associated with your specific AI agent or AI assistant. And then whenever we get any new information, maybe we populate a Google Sheet. Okay, so we'll update a row here. Maybe we'll update a row with Google Sheet. Once we do that, then we can go right here to Chat GPT module, and then we'll add files to a vector store. So it'll automatically update your vector store within your like specific AI agent. And that's how I would make sure that we automate the product updates and feature changes. Generates product documentation, guides, description, comparisons. So we can also automate that as well. So as soon as we get that and this automation completes, then we'll do a create a completion prompt to OpenAI and tell it, hey, I want you to create a guide, description, and comparison. And then we can input that into a Google Doc or however we want to do that. Output is automatically stored. Look at me. Well, look at us thinking on the same wave. Output is automatically stored in our app or Google Drive via workflows. And we can just do that all in one workflow for sure, for sure. Or we can split the workflow up. However, we decide to do it. If we split it up, then I'll unlink this. And what I'll do is I'll put a HTTP post request and I'll just send the information that we get from here and I'll send it to another scenario within Make or another agent within Make. So like I would support in building and automating marketing processes, content distribution, email. Okay, so if you're looking for something like that, let me go ahead and show you um my cold email outreach agent. Duplicate that. Sorry. Okay, so what this does is I filter my list in Apollo. Once I filter my list in Apollo, depending on the ICP in which we're targeting, then I scrape that list with Applify. Applify is just a marketplace of scrapers. And depending on if the email is available or not from that record will depend on what route it goes down. If it's not available, it'll go down here, and then I'll seek out the decision maker's email with any mail finder. You can use Hunter if you want to, or any other software to get the emails of the actual decision maker. And then I also use mails.so after that to validate the email, because no matter how many times people like to say that their emails are valid, we want to make sure, spend a little extra little pennies and make sure that the email is valid in order for us not to like get our domains blacklisted and stuff like that. After that, like I said, this is the HTTP I was talking about, where I'll get all that information and then send it over to another scenario within Make. And what this does is it extracts the business name right here. So this is where you personalize the email. It extracts the business name. It then normalizes the business name. And then I use Claude to actually create the email copy. And the prompting for Claude will all depend on our ICP. So I tell Claude, hey, I want you, if we're targeting construction workers or we're targeting dentists or we're targeting whoever, I want you to speak like dentists. I want you to use real world data to understand the pain points of these people and then use their LinkedIn to coincide with their pain point and tell them, hey, I see that you just achieved this. And then maybe bring up a pain point that most dentists have, or however we structure the campaign, and then go right into our offer. Or it's a new strategy I have. It's called asset based. Absolutely killer. And then we automatically populate that into instantly and get the campaign on and rolling with that. When it comes to context, I thought it was content building, prompt engineering. I'm definitely the guy for the job. So I would love to be a part of this project. I really enjoy automations. I really enjoy new projects. I really enjoy figuring stuff out. Like, even if I don't have like the most knowledge, obviously with all the softwares and platforms out there's no way to know everything, but I know who does, and that is AI. So my name is Cameron. If this sounds like something that would interest you, I would love to hear back from you. So, okay, cool. Bye.